I'm back! Shit. And we're gonna finish our project. Now, you would think our project would be the kunai and making it, but it's not, because I'm a lazy douchebag. But no, do you remember that one project I was trying to do called the Hidden Blade? Yeah, well, voice crack. Well, we're gonna be finishing that actually instead, because I was supposed to finish it like months ago, but I didn't. So we're gonna finish that today. And we're also gonna finish the sword. You would think this would be finished, but it's actually not. If you look very closely, you'll see that we're missing a guard. And I've already made the guard right here. How I made it, I took a piece of metal like this. I took the rods off. Then I was left with this piece. I took this piece off, and I was ended up with this. Shaved the little parts off right here. And then I came out with this. Then it came out like this. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we're gonna cut a line through there, then slide it through the front of here. Now, crap, why is it sliding so? Now, I know what you're thinking, but why would you want to do that when you could just use this hole in the middle, make a hole in the middle, and slide down from the top? Well, you see, that's pretty boring, and I want a hole in the back, like we have hole in the sword. Got holes in the sword, so it looks cool, so it's not boring, like all you stupid normies. God, stupid fly. Now, how we're gonna fix this? The problem was that I was trying to make a hook right here, so it couldn't come out unless I pulled it with the string. The string. And so then, when I pulled the thing up, this would go up, and this will get released and get pulled by the string. I mean, the spring. But that failed horribly because it was made of wood. Now, what we're gonna do this time that is not gonna be messed up. We're gonna use metal. So there's this little part right here. It's slanted like that. So when it goes back, you pull it back, it'll slide. I need to stop holding this in my hand. So when it slides, this goes up like that and goes back down because there's gonna be a spring holding this down, so it can't stay up. It'll always be down. And then there's gonna be a then the string is going to pull this right here back, so this can go through and be a hidden blade. Now I was gonna use this, but it was too small to be hooked onto this piece because it was gonna go right through, and it's not big enough. So we're gonna use this instead. Put a hole through here, make it go to the side, and then we're gonna put it in there. That's upside down. Then we're gonna put it in there, and then it's gonna be hooked onto there, so then it can't come out at all, I think. And that's how we're gonna do this. But before we do that, we're gonna stay focused on our first mission. You know. So what's going to happen is that I'm gonna take the Sawzall and I'm gonna cut down through this middle, through this little crack right here. Now I gotta be very careful because I only get one shot at this, and if I mess up, I'm gonna be really depressed. So we actually did pretty good. The cut down really softly. It was really nice. It didn't really take that much effort to actually cut through it. So that was surprisingly easy. But we didn't actually do it correct. Why is the sliding so bad? Yeah, we kind of messed up. That's not really even. It's not the best, but it'll work. I can probably like even it out in there maybe. I'm so disappointed in myself. And also, the worst part is that the freaking hole's not even big enough to fit through here. So what am I gonna do? So what am I gonna do? Redo it? No. Okay, I got plan A and I got plan D. Why is the other one called plan D? Because it stands for plan douchebag. So what the actual problem is that this is not big enough to fit inside of the sword. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it right here and I'm gonna hammer it so it can open up a little bit. Problem is, I can't use any of those methods, and now it's time for plan douchebag. So what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna shave the sides with this now, and yeah. I just realized something. This looks like complete crap. I'm like, look at that. That doesn't look smooth. Like, this looks bad. But I'll fix it later. No, I'm not. I'm gonna fix it. Now, huzzah, behold, plan douchebag has worked. I finally made this hole big enough, or I mean, the slot big enough. Now all I gotta do is clean the slot on the inside. Now, I actually don't know how to do that because, this is metal and I don't have anything like that does that to metal except for sandpaper, which is not actually gonna work. Just gonna have to hope it works. Oh god, yeah, this is a little more crappier than expected, but it'll work. That's the only thing that matters, is that it works. Now we can finally slide this inside of the sword. Ta-da! We got our little guard now. That looks pretty cool. I'm like, it's probably not stable, but that's the only thing that matters, that it's cool. Now, since that only matters that it's cool, we gotta like coat this with some black paint, you know, so it's cool. Now, while we wait for that to dry, did I say that? Now, when we wait for that to dry, we're gonna take this, we're gonna measure where we actually need to put the hole in this, so we can stick through here, so it can be right here, and so it can be part of the thing now. And then after that, we're gonna move on to the other part of the mechanism, where we actually make the locking mechanism. So when this stops right here, it can lock in, so it can't go back in. Okay, now what I've done, I've drawn something with some Sharpie on here. That's going to be cutting the hole. So it's going to hook on to here. It's going to slide down, and it's going to slide upwards, so it can't really fall off easy. So when it's pulled like that, and it won't come off. If this thing comes from under and lifts it up, it won't fall off. And maybe I need to make the slot just a little bit bigger, because, yeah, it might fall off because of that tiny little ledge is just hanging on for dear life. The size may vary on how we actually cut it. So we're going to use the Sawzall for this, and we're going to cut a hole through there. After that, if we can't get to that little spot right here for the little ledge, we're going to use a screwdriver. No, God! We're going to use a drill gun, and we're going to use a metal drill bit, so that is made for drilling through metal. So we can drill through there and make the little spot, rig it out, or shave it out a little bit so it'll be smooth. Then after that, we'll put on this metal piece right here, so then it'll be right there. And if that all doesn't work, maybe we'll weld it or do something under here, so it stay under there so it doesn't fall off. I have no friends. But besides that, I want to show you something cool. I have upgraded our little waterfall. I put some stuff on the side of it, so kind of disappears those bricks' view. I gave this an extend, so it looks more like a waterfall. Well, it did, but the water pressure just got low for some reason. Now it doesn't kind of really look like waterfall. But I did something cool here. If you look there, you'll see an attachment, and so it also runs to here, shoots out from the turtle. So now we got two. How I did that? I took a little piece right here, attached it to another piece, and took some hosing like this, and cut it short, put it through that tube, and put it through the other tube, and I hot glued it so it becomes like an adapter now, or attachment, you know. And I really think that's really cool, and yeah, really proud of it. Oh god, it's the next day and I gotta finish the video. So I just turned the metal piece over we're using for our guard for our sword, and so I can coat that other side. I coated the other side of the guard with paint. Now I guess what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna remark this a little bit, and then I'm gonna cut through it. Hopefully we can cut through it. It's pretty thick metal. Then after that we're gonna try to put it on here and see if it actually works, and if it doesn't, I'm giving up. I'm kidding. Okay, problem again. The Sawzall's too big enough to fit in this small spot to get that little area. And second of all, this is going to take forever to actually cut through that, and I'm not in the mood today to get pissed off. And third of all, we might be able to actually cut through this using the bench grinder. But only maybe. I'll just try my choices first. Okay, since that is obviously not working, I'm gonna take this drill gun that has a dong attached to it and get rid of it and give it a new dong. And then drill into this metal piece. Okay, I made my little serrated crappy hole, and I guess I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit with a few, you know, these things, files. So now I smoothed it out a little bit, it looks a little nicer, and put that on there, and as you see it fits. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Now I just gotta see how I'm gonna hook this onto here so it doesn't fall off at all. Maybe use some springs, I don't know. Now I think we gotta drill a hole through here at the top so we can put a string through it. Now there is a few problems. So when this fits in here, sometimes when this slides back, it'll hitch onto this part right here, which is actually not good because it won't slide back if that gets attached. Okay, now it's fully slid back and it should get stuck. So when it tries to fall down, it can't unless this is pulled downwards, and then it is. Now a problem is when it gets pulled downwards, this part hits this other rod, which allows this not to go forward because it's obviously going to be attached to this part and it won't be able to go forward unless it's violently pushed downwards more. So I need to do it actually before I start putting a hole right here. I need to shave this a little more, but not too much where I can't put a small hole, but just enough so this can go forward. Okay, now we got our sorry, that's still hot because I just drilled it actually. We finally drilled the hole through the top, and now it has a string attached to it. As you see, I have lowered that side and this side by shaving it off with the bench grinder. Okay, now when this slides down, this will go up, will go down, so then it can't come out unless this is pulled and it makes it come out. Boom. And I still gotta attach this to this part so it doesn't fall off. And after that, we'll be done with that part, I think. Hopefully. Yeah. Then we're gonna have to go on to the locking mechanism, which is gonna take some time. We're gonna use this piece. It's gonna be right here. So when this goes back, when I stab something, it can't go back. On this is pulled up and you pull it backwards or something. I don't know what we're gonna use to pull it back with, but yeah, it's gonna have to be manual because I'm a douchebag. So when this piece goes forward, this will be the flap. This will happen. Now another problem is that sometimes when this is pulled, it gets stuck right here or right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put little things on the side so it can do that. The first piece launched off, ricocheted off my can, and went over into the bushes. And I tried to go into the bushes to go find it, but instead I just kneed into the pea that was in those bushes. That came from me. Jay! Glue gun? Nah, we don't need that. We got some Gorilla Glue. 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 Now let's see how we're doing with our guard. Looks like it's dried, I think. I've coated it with 2 layers, and should be good. It does look bad. Maybe that side will be downwards when it goes onto the sword. Don't mind this hole. The sword already looks crappy enough, so it's okay if that hole's there. I don't really care. But now you're wondering how are you gonna get this onto the sword? Well, I was asking the same thing. We're gonna weld it onto the sword, and hopefully nothing bad will happen. We're just gonna let this dry for right now. Okay, now I got some bad news and I got some good news. The good news is that we can weld this onto here. And the bad news is that I gotta grind off the new coat of paint that I just put on here so we can weld it on. Sucks. Okay, it is the 3rd day and I finally got these 2 glued. And so now this can slide in there and it will not get stuck to the sides that much anymore. When it goes down, this is supposed to go back, go over there, and that goes down. Now I just gotta find a way to get this to be hooked onto here. I'm gonna be using this tiny little piece of metal from a can. I'm gonna use some Gorilla Glue and hope it works. This is probably just a prototype. It's not like it's gonna be used, but it'll be really nice to have something cool like this around. No, you know. Oh my god, shut up. I'm trying to make a video, you burn. Now another problem is when you go to pull this back, you don't have any space to put your finger. It's really hard to do that since this is in the way, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Jeez, this is really boring. Now I just need to make the spring for this part, so this will always should have stayed down, even though this is upside down. I was thinking of maybe putting this like right here, but then I just figured, what if I just used one of these springs and I put it on top right here, and made perfect sense. Okay, now I made these two little pieces with slants. So slants this. So when it goes on top of these two, that's gonna be right here and here. That's gonna be on top of those. And under this is going to be the spring, which is gonna be right here. So it will keep it down. But I don't actually know if that's gonna work, so I'm really confused. I really do not know what I'm doing. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. I'll be back. I'm gonna cut the whole process of doing this crap. Okay, we're gonna weld the guard onto the sword with this welder. So unfortunately, you cannot watch because you will go blind instantly, because you have to wear a helmet if you want to stay safe of not going instantly blind. Yeah, we tried our best. It looks like it's just been through a frickin' war and that it's been burned to death, but I'm pretty sure we can fix that, right? Now all we gotta do is paint the guard again, and then after that we'll be done with that, and then we're gonna have to deal with this crap. Okay, now since the blade is cooled down, I wrapped it with tape and some cloth so we can start spray painting this with black. So why I did this is so I don't accidentally spray the sword or the handle. You can't afford any mess ups. So I'm gonna layer this with paint on both sides, and then we're gonna be good with the sword. Okay, it is the next day, and I'm pretty sure the coat of paint is now dried. So we're gonna take the tape off and hope it looks great. Okay, yeah, it literally kind of looks terrible AF, and the paint kind of left some sticky paint on there. Yeah, I don't think I should have used tape, as there's this sticky black substance on there. Doesn't really look that well. Well, like, I guess we got a guard now, and yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we technically finished this project. Like, the sword looks crappier now by the hilt, but, you know, it was all in good reason. Okay, I'm back, and I made this crappy mechanism. I had to change the spring to something big, but then something to medium, so this can stay down. I attached the string to this locking mechanism doohickey. Later, I'm gonna have another locking mechanism right here. It's gonna be using this piece and some springs. So, yeah, I'm just using tape temporarily right now. This is stupid. Look at this. I'm gonna cut that later. So this actually works, and it's really satisfying. I'm gonna slide that back. Oh, that is so great. That is so awesome. Okay, now this is more of a joke project, but this is still pretty awesome. So it's locked back now, and it's attached to this spring. Now, when I pull this ring that's attached to this locking mechanism right here, it comes out. I've been waiting so long to do this, like, holy crap. Now, it takes a long time, like a really long time. It's really difficult as hell to set this thing back, but it still locks back pretty good. I don't know how I'm gonna strap this onto my arm. Now, I still do have some straps, and we're gonna use some straps to strap this onto my arm, and yeah. This is just a prototype. I have other prototypes, and I'm pretty sure this one it's cool, but it's not really the best. It's crappy as hell. I'm gonna use my other idea for my other prototype for the finishing project, which we will be doing later months. I can't stress this enough. That is so goddamn cool. I'm just gonna let you see this. I'm gonna pull this ring attached to this doohickey. It lifts up, and let's go this doohickey right here, this metal piece, slings forward. Okay, I added the little locket thing. I haven't put the springs yet, because some of this is temporary. And so, yeah, this actually works. I think it worked the first time when I just made it work. We're just gonna see if it actually works. And also, P.S., this makes it literally 10 times harder just to pull this crap back in within seconds. Pull this back. This crap requires 2 hands. And let's see if it actually works. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna see if this actually works and this locks in. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of flawed. This is like a tiny bit like messed up. I think I need to like redo it. So the locking mechanism works about 70% of the time. Let's see if it actually works again this time. God, it won't lock in correctly. It's probably because I didn't add the springs yet, and the springs will make it faster to lock in. I guess once I add those, it's gonna be complete. But it doesn't matter because it's so cool. It actually works. Now, either 2 things is gonna happen. First, this is going to rip off. Second, it's gonna work. So technically, it worked. Just some of it didn't work. I'm gonna fix it and make this work. Okay, I glued this down, and I have glued this down, and I have worked through the mechanics of this, and it works really well, actually. Ow! Hey, but it worked! Look at that, it's behind the lock, and that came out. That still hurt. I kind of have a little scrape, but still, that was actually great. Okay, now here's the gist. It slides out, goes under this, which stays under, and comes out. And then can't be put back. What's up with these planes today? Frickin' just. Okay, I have now stripped it to my arm. It is not really tight, but I will make it tighter later, like I say about all my projects. So I have finally done it. This is the lock, that's the other lock, and this is the pull string that'll undo this lock. It has now came out and works. Can you feel the penetration? Now observe how I stabbed this orange. Now, die. Yeah. Stab. I did it. I stabbed it. Just now tell me, how are you not entertained with this piece of crap? Like, it looks gay as hell. It's got the sharp edge. It's got the exposing literally everything. But you know, it works. Like, it's kind of a safety hazard. If you don't pull it right, it might go into your wrist and kill you instantly. But you know, it works. And that's all that matters. You could stab. And it could slash. Sort of. And it can be reused again. But you have to pull this thing back, which takes a pretty long time. And by that time, you are dead. It's walking around. You know, just being your daily usual Joe. Nothing suspicious about me. I'm not carrying any blades on me at all. No hidden blades on me. There's no way I can kill somebody with no blade I have on me. And now we have it. We have the hidden blade, and we have our short katana. Now we have our short katana with our black guard we have made. Yeah, they're both crappy. I'm like, I'm probably never ever gonna use that, except for just showing it off, and then accidentally stabbing my wrist and instantly killing myself. It looks terrible. That's crap. I'm like, this is actually useful. I'm like, it doesn't look the greatest, but I mean, like, it's still useful and actually looks pretty stylish. Not like that. Stupid piece of crap. But still, it looks pretty cool, and I'm pretty proud of the accomplishment of making this, because this took a lot of time, and honestly, the mechanics of this is actually pretty interesting when you actually get down into detail of how it actually works. It's still a piece of crap. But again, don't worry, this is just a prototype. It's not actually... well, it's not actually going to be the final project, but it will be the final prototype. I hope. If the other one fails too, I'm just gonna say that's another prototype. But now we have finished our 2 blades we have never finished. Our sword and our hidden blade. Man, I feel really good about myself for finishing all of this. Oh wait, never mind. No, I don't, because I still gotta make this. But it was worth it for going through all this pain to get all of this finished, because this took a week. I had to use a bunch of Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue this down onto this. Gorilla Glue this onto that, and this onto that, and this piece onto that piece. And shape all these wooden parts with the bench grinder, and then put it on this stupid freaking piece of garbage. But honestly, 2 weeks, pretty exhausting. And there you go. I finished both the projects in one video. In a week. I actually hope you liked the video, because this took me a long time to make. Punch that like button and punch the coronavirus in the face.